This demo video shows a quick high-level overview of the KR Stock app and its primary features and functionality. If you have any questions about this video or need additional support, please reach out to krstock@Kleen-Rite.com and we'll do our best to answer those questions for you. So when a user finds the KR Stock app in either the Apple App Store or Android Play Store, and they open the app for the first time, they're going to be presented with the screen. It just has a very simple Get Started button. So they'll want to click that. And the app is going to ask for their email. Now, this is very important. It's critical that the user enters the exact same email address that they use at Kleen-Rite. The reason for that is because the email address is how we associate their KR Stock account with their existing account information. So by entering the same email address, KR Stock will be able to import all of their past purchases and pre-populate their inventory. So I'm just going to enter my email here. And the app is going to ask me to sign in because I have already created a password for this particular account. If the user is brand new, it's going to take them to a screen very similar to this, asking them to enter a password. So now that password can be the same as they use on the website, for example, but it's going to be unique to this app. So even if they already have a website account, the app will still ask them for a password. And I'm just going to enter that now. All right, and so the first thing the user is going to see is a series of onboarding screens. So this is just going to give them a quick high-level introduction to the app, let them know about the core features and functionality before they get started. So we'll tell them about inventory tracking, tell them about ordering as well. And then on this last onboarding screen, if we're able to match existing purchases from their account, we'll let them know that we were able to import their inventory into the app. So as soon as they get started, they'll see products that they're already very familiar with pre-populated. So this will just show a sample of a few products that we were able to grab. And when they hit Get Started, the app is going to load that past inventory in here. It's also going to load any locations that they've shipped to previously up here on this top bar. So after the sign-in process, the user is always going to be taken to this screen. This is the inventory screen, and this is where the user is going to spend most of their time. So this screen is going to show all of their products that they've chosen to track. Again, we pre-populate their account with as many as we can. It's also where they can manage quantities and add items to the cart. So this top bar up here is very important because this is what allows the user to change their context and view their inventory by location. So right now I've got all locations selected. So this is showing me the amount of inventory I have in stock at every location and the amount that I have in the shopping cart at every location. But if I select one of these items, so the beacon location, this is just going to give me insight into what's going on at this single site. Same thing if I select this other location, you can see that the inventory quantities have updated. I don't actually have anything in the cart at this location. And so I'm going to go back to this first one to show you an example of how to manage inventory at a specific site. So by clicking on one of these icons, the app is going to show you exactly how much you have in stock at this particular location. So again, we see the product listed here and the location down here. And it's very easy at this point to simply adjust the quantity on hand and hit save, and that's going to get updated here on the main screen. So it's really as easy as that to update the inventory for a particular product at a particular location. And you may have noticed there's a little gauge right here that's going to show you how much inventory you have in stock. The only way a user is actually going to be able to see that gauge is if they set minimum and maximum quantities. So this product, as you can see, there's no gauge. That means the user hasn't set any min or max quantities. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. The way to do that is to go to Edit Levels here on this little pop-up window. And again, this is contextual based on the location that's selected. So on this screen, I can see that I am setting the minimum and maximum quantities for this product and specifically at this location. So let's say I want to have a minimum quantity of 2 in stock, and to prevent over ordering, I don't want more than 5. As soon as I hit update, that's going to take me back. And as you can see, this screen is actually updated a little bit. So because I had 0 in stock, that's below the minimum quantity that I had set. And so the app is now going to show this yellow alert flag to let me know that this product is running low. And if I increase the quantity, it's going to continue to show that it's low in stock until I exceed the minimum quantity that I set. So I'll just go up to the max quantity and hit save. And now this product is showing that it is fully stocked in my location. So this is really the way that users will set their alert thresholds. These minimum and maximum quantities will very soon actually trigger push notifications. So if somebody reports that something is low in stock, people who have subscribed to notifications will receive an alert on their phone. And that's how managers at various sites can keep up to date with what may or may not need to be reordered. So it's also very easy from this screen to add products to the cart. All you have to do is find the product that you want, select the Add to Cart button, and then choose the quantity you want to add, and it will be in the cart. And I will demonstrate the cart very shortly, but just to kind of mention briefly, the shopping carts are divided up by location. So when I have this particular location selected, the beacon location, it's going to add 2 to that location's shopping cart. If I switch over to another location, you can see that it is not actually in the cart here. All right, so as I mentioned, this is where users will spend most of their time, but I'll also show you a few other areas of the app that are going to be of great importance to them. So the Locations tab here at the bottom is how users can set up new locations and manage their inventory and shopping carts for those locations. So as I mentioned previously, we'll try to pre-populate these to whatever extent we can. But if a user wants to add another location, they just hit this plus location button, enter the details, so just the name, the delivery address, and the billing department. Right now, users will only ever have one single billing department. And they'll hit create, and it'll be added to this list, as well as this locations bar up here. So as soon as they add a new location, that'll be a new place where they can manage inventory. The other really important part of the app is the catalog. So we may not have pre-populated every product that the user wants to order from Kleen-Rite. So they can go to the catalog by navigating down here to the Shop tab. Once in the catalog, the user is going to be able to browse products much like they do on the website. So they'll have a couple of different options here. First of all, they'll be able to search the entire catalog, and they can choose whether they're searching by product name or by part number. They have both of those options open to them. And once in the catalog, they can browse through various categories. And they can find the product that they're looking for and see all of the relevant details. So we've got the product name, the Kleen-Rite SKU, a description of the product, any categories that it belongs to, any specs that we can find, any particular codes like barcode and things of that nature. So from this screen, the user has a couple of options. They can either pull this into inventory or add it to the shopping cart. So the reason for pulling this into inventory is so that they can track this product on that main inventory screen that I previously showed you. And in order to do that, all they have to do is click the plus inventory button, select the locations where they want this product to be tracked, and hit add. And once that's been added, you'll notice this new inventory box showed up here. And this is going to show the stock level for each of the locations where I've chosen to track this product. So to change the quantity, again, it's very much like the main inventory screen. I can just set a value. I can also edit the minimum and maximum levels and hit save, and then that value will be updated. And from this point, if a user wants to add new locations where they'd like to track this product, they just hit the new button and select the location from this list. And if they need to remove it from a particular location, they just hit this little more button, select edit, and then they can delete this location from their list. Also, directly from this screen, so again, we're still in the catalog, the user can hit the add to cart button, and they can actually, from this screen, add this product to multiple locations shopping carts. So I'll add a few of these to each of the tracked locations. Select add to cart. Let's make sure that's refreshed. And as you can see, these products are now in each location shopping cart. All right, so that's a high-level overview of the catalog and how you can find new products. Once something's been added, it'll be searchable in this list here on the main inventory screen. And then so it'll be easily accessible in the future. So the next very important feature of the KR Stack app is the shopping cart. So this is where users will actually go to place purchases. And they get to that by selecting the cart tab here on the bottom left. And as you'll notice, you actually see two cards in here. So we see a card for the Beacon location and the Fishkill location. And some car wash owners will want each of their site managers to manage purchasing exclusively for their location. Others will have a more centralized process where they're ordering for each location in a single order. And the KR Stock app lets them do both of those things. So in the scenario where a site manager just needs to order the items that they need for the location that they oversee, they can just hit this view card button. And once there, they'll see a summary of everything in their cart. They can edit the quantities directly from this screen. They can hit show all to see everything. And they can proceed to checkout. However, it's also possible to combine all of these shopping carts into a single order. So if a car wash owner wants to just order everything for every location all at once, they just select these checkboxes here. And once two or more checkboxes are highlighted, this button is going to light up here at the bottom to check out these selected locations. So they just click that. Again, they're going to get a summary of everything that's been added to the shopping cart. They can edit anything that's been added for each location from this screen. And then they can select go to checkout to place the purchase. So on this screen, this is where the user is going to select the delivery address. They can select it by hitting the select button up here. They can choose from all the available locations. They can edit it if they need to. This is going to show them a little Google Map view of where the location is, just to confirm they've got the right address. The app is also going to show a shipping method. So users will have the ability to select how they want the product shipped. And there's also going to be a payment method option. So payment methods are going to be something that we will be able to import for most users. If the user needs to add a new credit card, they can select new right here. And then add that new credit card directly in the app. They can also manage their existing payment methods using this button down here. Next, the user can enter any notes that they might have down here in this, this box right here, add order notes. And then at the bottom, they're going to get a summary of their order total. So the total number of items that are being ordered. The shipping cost is going to be displayed as TBD. The tax will be displayed as TBD as well. And then they will see a subtotal, and they will be able to select purchase now once they have filled in a payment method and their shipping address is properly validated. So once they hit that purchase button, much like the website, the order is going to be sent to NetSuite directly, and the user will get a confirmation email. So once the user has placed a purchase, all of those purchases are going to be visible up here again in the shopping cart tab under PO history. One other feature that's very important for a lot of car wash operators is to be able to invite other people on their team to be able to manage inventory and request purchases. So one scenario that we've heard about pretty frequently is a car wash manager will be in charge of placing purchases, and whenever something is running low on stock or they need something to be ordered, they'll have other employees send them a quick text message or write something down on a Post-it note. And the KR Stock app actually lets them manage all of those products directly in the app. So now the car wash manager can just go directly into KR Stock and see what other employees have requested, instead of having to have sort of haphazard processes that can lead to things being left off of orders or getting misplaced. So once they select Manage Team, right now I don't have anybody added in this account, but I can select Invite User, and I'll just need to enter the email, first name and last name, and then select a role for the user that I want to invite. So in this scenario, let's imagine that I am a car wash owner and I want to invite a couple of employees. Maybe one is a site manager and another is an hourly employee. So for the site manager, I'm probably going to want to give them the manager role. So I would select that. If I give somebody the manager role, they're going to have full access to the app, and they're going to be able to make purchases and edit inventory as they see fit. For the other employee, I may want to give them editor access. So the editor can go into the app, update inventory, and they can add items to the shopping cart, but crucially, they will not be able to place purchases through the app. So this employee, for example, instead of having to text their manager to say, they're running low on a particular part, they can go directly into KR Stock, add the item they need to the cart, and then when ready, the manager can go in and actually place that purchase. So this screen will have all of the employees that have been added to the account available for the manager to edit. Some of these other features are probably going to be visited a little less frequently, but they are here for convenience. So the address book is basically any contact or address that the user has added in the app. So these can be shipping destinations, billing addresses, things of that nature. They can be managed from the screen. Billing departments, right now, this is showing quite a few different billing addresses, but users are actually just going to have one primary billing department. Purchase orders, in addition to the cart screen, can also be viewed here. Vendors is just going to have Kleen-Rite, and the change organization button is probably going to be used very infrequently. But what this allows users to do is if they have been invited to more than one company account, they can switch their organization from this screen. So in most cases, users won't actually need to change their organization. They're just going to have one, but that's where they would change their organization if they needed to. We also have a feedback button in here so that users can, if they have feature improvement requests, click this button. It will allow the user to send an email to us, and we'll try to prioritize those feature requests as well as we can and get those shipped into the product. So that's a very high level overview of the KR Stock app. Again, high level, functionality allows car wash owners to manage their inventory, make sure they're not running out of stock. And the KR Stock app gives them a very simple way to do that. If you have any questions, again, please reach out to krstock@Kleen-Rite.com and we'll get those questions answered. Thank you.